sun setting on the Gulf of Mexico. Welcome to the Skechers Fort Myers tip-off. Game 2 of our doubleheader today from Suncoast Credit Union Arena. It's the number 16 North Carolina Tar Heels taking on the undefeated St. Bonaventure Bonnies. Hi again, everybody. Welcome courtside with Alfonso Ellis, Jeff Levering with you. Happy Thanksgiving week, everybody. Game 1 of our doubleheader. We saw Michigan State just roll against East Carolina. Might see things a little differently here in game number 2.
No question. Both of these teams run beautiful offenses, movement, cutting, great crisp passing. But I think the thing that's going to come down to is which team can be more physical on the boards.
Time for our starting lineups. They're sponsored by the islands, beaches, and neighborhoods of Fort Myers. And the bigs are going to be fun to watch today. Joe Grahovic makes a start at the power forward position. Of course, Henry Vassar, the starter at center for North Carolina. Tar Heels are still without their star guard, Seth Trimble, out for a 4th consecutive ball game, expected back in late December with that broken forearm. The Bonnies head coach Mark Schmidt, 19th season for him, originally from North Attleboro, Massachusetts. And of course, Hubert Davis in his 5th year, gone to the tournament 3 different times, including a national runner-up. And he's got the opportunity to coach for his alma mater. Today's officials: Roger Ayers, Ryan Sassano, and Chase Shaw. 3 in black and white. And Fonz, time for your keys to the game. They're sponsored by Jeep. There's only one.
Yes, for St. Bonaventure, they've got to limit their turnovers. 15 turnovers a game over the last 2 games. That will ignite the Tar Heel transition game. And for North Carolina, they've got to keep the Bonnies off the glass. The Bonnies get 44% of its misses, 8th in college basketball.
Pair of undefeateds going against one another. St. Bonaventure coming off of a victory against Robert Morris on Thursday. North Carolina hadn't played in a week. They beat Navy last Tuesday, 73-61. Hubert Davis and company, very spirited practice last night, trying to get the juices flowing again before this matchup with St. Bonaventure, and of course on Thursday, the main event against Michigan State. Ready to tip it off here in Fort Myers. It is won by Frank Mitchell, and the Bonnies are on offense first.
Usually the Bonnies try to get some ball movement to establish Frank Mitchell, number 00 in the post.
Transfer from Minnesota. Desante Bowen, 2nd year with St. Bonaventure, transfer from Iowa. Bowen for 3. Got it. Good movement from the Bonnies.
Buddy Simmons can really stick it from 3, shooting 41% from 3 on the year.
And Bonaventure shooting 38% from 3. Wilson ran into Grahovic. Give it Wilson into the top baseline. Chance for one more.
These two, in a very short time, have established a wonderful synergy between the two of them. Vassar catches that, drives it, and he can see an open Caleb Wilson on the baseline, and he does what a big man should. He throws that thing down with some authority and opportunity for a 3-point play here.
Picked up the foul on Mitchell. And Wilson finishes off the 3-point play. Buddy Simmons knocked down that triple on the opening possession. Now Bowen initiates, now to Williams.
Got a mismatch inside. They can't get it there to Joe Grahovic.
There's Mitchell. It's off his hand and out of bounds. Turnover, and here are your players to watch. Sponsored by Skechers. Experience comfort that performs on the court with Skechers basketball.
Yeah, Frank Mitchell has done a terrific job with his body, down 50 pounds, and he's so much more athletic. Great hands, bouncy, a moose in the post. And Caleb Wilson, a freshman that no one's talking about in the country. This dude is awesome. 6'10", can shoot the 3, drives it. Great hands, post, block shots. Not anything out there on the floor that he can't do.
He's got numbers that nobody in North Carolina history is talking about right now. Think of the stars that have come through Chapel Hill. There's a 3, and it's good. Luka Bonaventure knocks down the triple.
Yeah, 50% of his made field goals are 3s. You've got to close out on him and make him put it on the floor.
bigger body on Bonaventure on Simmons. Mitchell going baseline. Tough shot with the hook.
A year ago, he couldn't have made that move. Didn't have the quickness. Now he's got that quick first step, down 50 pounds. Looked terrific on that play.
Bonaventure. There's a three from the wing. No. Grahovic with the rebound. Bonnies are running. Tough shot off the side of the backboard, out of bounds. North Carolina basketball. Here's the good stuff from Frank Mitchell.
Let's watch Frank Mitchell here. He squares him up and did a quick spin. He couldn't make that move last year, and he's got all the finishes around the basket. He is a moose on the inside. 6'8", 270 pounds, and man, he moves like he's 220.
He was up around 300 pounds when he was at Minnesota. That is a far cry from where he's at right now.
He's put the work in and been disciplined with his diet.
Good start for both teams. Bonaventure feeds a big man and a foul. Hassan will go to the line.
Well, they set those high ball screens, North Carolina, and get you chasing. And once you're chasing, now you're behind the basketball. And they do a fantastic job of attacking the front of the rim. And if you come and help, they make that extra pass. They are a terrific passing team.
7-footer from Estonia. Spent 3 years at Arizona. Averaging almost 15 points a game this year.
He's given them much needed size on the interior. Small team last year. Now 5 guys on this North Carolina team are 6'10" or better.
North Carolina up a couple. Cross-court pass to Bowen. That's 3. In and out. Had a good look. Back it out. Bessar for 3. That's good.
44% from the three-point line on the year. That's a 7-footer, folks.
It's one thing to be big. It's another to be big and skilled. Mitchell backing down, goes baseline with the English, no good. Evans pushing the tempo. Evans leads the pack and one. Jaron Stevenson finishes it off.
And folks, we said this game was going to be fun to watch. Both these teams are willing to push the basketball up the floor, but this is Carolina basketball looking to attack off the break. And what beautiful passing. Jaron Stevenson able to finish that one. And then the dribble penetration down into the painted area, a kick, and now swinging it to the top. And Bessar steps into that one and knocks down the 3. North Carolina's off to a terrific start offensively.
50% from three-point distance for Bessar. 5 out of 10. Off of the body of Grahovic. Turnover forced by North Carolina.
This North Carolina team has great length, and when you're reversing that basketball, you've got to give yourself a little bit of room to be able to catch it. That time, Caleb Wilson just putting his hand in the passing lane and distorting that angle, and that basketball sails out of bounds. Good reaction there by number 8 White.
Tough task right now for Grahovic, who's on Wilson. Good help defense. Someone's open in the corner for 3. Nothing but the bottom for Bonaventure. Timeout, say Bonaventure. It's a 9-0 run for the Tar Heels. Net got stuck. So a quick whistle from the officials to fix the net. We're going to stay right here.
How about the ball movement from the Tar Heels? It's been crisp, quick, and clean here early in this game, and they've been able to get some wide open looks. This is a team that averages 18 assists in the game per game, and that's top 50. They've been on the push, been unselfish. It's been fun to watch here early.
We've got some blood on the body of Frank Mitchell, so he'll have to get attended to over on the sideline. And I equate the passing from North Carolina early to middle infielders turning double plays where you don't catch the ball.
Yes.
It just changes direction.
Yes.
Kind of what it feels like. The ball's not sticking in anybody's hands. It's just popping all over the place. So we will take a timeout now. No net problems. Timeout on the floor. We'll be back to Fort Myers. Welcome back to the Skechers Fort Myers tip-off. Alfonso, one of your keys for North Carolina, they got a 10-point lead right now, was shooting the 3-ball, and they've been popping it early.
They really have. The ball movement has been crisp, and as they're coming off of this ball screen, folks, keep your eyes on these two guys right there, and watch the confusion that takes place when that ball turns the corner. Now all of a sudden you have to get a low guy run into the corner. There was confusion on who should take, and he was wide open and knocks down that three. And the 3-ball has been the story of this game so far. They've been able to get him in transition in the half court. 9 of the 15 points so far from North Carolina have come from the three-point line. They are 3 of 4. They've been white hot from the three-point line early, but that's because of the beautiful ball movement that they've had in the half court.
Bogavat's 2 for 2 so far. Vessar 1 out of 1. And they've turned St. Bonaventure over a couple of times, and each time they've converted with 3s on the other end.
When Grahovic, number 32 in Brown, sets that screen, they're switching it. He's got a little guard on him. They've got to look to try to find him in the post.
Mitchell runs into a crowd. It's taken away again. Third turnover for the Bonnies.
Spacing for the Bonnies is usually pretty good, but it has not been on the last 2 possessions, and it's really cost them getting a look at the rim.
Bogavatz feeds the big man again down low, now into the corners. Skip it for 3. Too strong from Stevenson.
Much better ball screen defense for the Bonnies.
Simmons dishes off. Mitchell, floater no good. Stevenson has it.
Man, he got a good look there, and you got to make those against the Tar Heels.
Wilson spins. Vessar had it stolen away. Nice hands by Caden Charles. Now running the break into the corner. 3-ball. Yes. Simmons hits a second.
That's great floor awareness there by Desante Bowen.
Stevens Euro stepping his way through. It's out of bounds off of North Carolina. Asking Hubert Davis to take another look at it. They
folks,
will not.
When you're in transition there, you've got to get wide on the weak side of the floor, and that's exactly what Buddy Simmons did there. The little skip pass, and he knocks down the 3. But Mitchell's having a difficult time inside. Look at the number of white jerseys that are around him. You've got to get spacing. Look at how crowded it is in the lane. St. Bonaventure, when that basketball goes into the painted area, they've got to fan out to give him outlets, and if he does, they'll find some wide open looks.
Simmons trying to create. Oh, he is fast. Trying to get around Wilson.
Look at that defense by Wilson. That's 6'10", folks.
There's a 3, and it's nothing but glass from Charles.
He shot that prematurely. I think someone was yelling at him that the shot clock was really low.
Oh, what a block. Osasui. Now 3 in the corner on the other end, no good. Osasui taps it over to Charles.
Well, we've got some high flyers out there on the floor tonight. Drivers beware.
Fall away jumper, that's good. Desante Bowen.
That's so pretty. Use a little crab dribble to keep the defender on his hip, and the poise to raise up and knock that one down. That was pretty.
Evans dishes for the dunk. Vessar's got another one. 6.
What a pretty pass.
Grahovic. Reset for the Bonnies. Simmons into the paint, floater. No.
I thought Powell traveled on that one. I thought he took a step or 2 before he put the ball down.
And Wilson, no good. He'll go to the line. Right place, right time here for Vassar.
Folks, we've talked about the beautiful passing from Carolina here early. You're driving along that baseline and you're big, you got to present yourself right in front of the rim, and that's exactly what Vassar did there. An easy finish over the top.
Caleb Wilson goes to the line. 23 points, 12 rebounds, 3 blocks, 4 steals last time out against Navy. And he was not happy in the locker room after the game because of the way that the Tar Heels finished the game. It tells you all you need to know about a kid like Wilson.
He's a winner. Watching him on tape and watching him in games, the thing that I love about him is his motor. He continues to just go after it. It seems like he doesn't even get tired. And the thing that has emerged as of late, if it's a 1-4, 1-5 screen and roll and he's the 4-5, defensively, he can switch out and keep a guard in front. Reminds me of a young Kevin Garnett in that phase of the game.
He's special. Leaning in and nice defense. Zayden high, altering the shot. Wilson coming in, fouled. He went down hard. Osusui was there to try and alter the shot. They met at the rim, and Wilson's going to the line.
Folks, this is incredible. This kid is 6'10", and the ability to be able to change speed, change direction, and to pull it off the rim and bring it up. Look at this Euro step, and still almost sent that one home. Boy, you talk about talent. Woo. Number 8's got it in abundance.
Sad thing is, not even sad, crazy thing is he's only getting better.
Yeah. Seems like every game I see him, he's added a new piece to his game. And again, my issue has been nationally, Cam Boozer deserves it. AJ DeBonsa, those guys all deserve it. And yet no one really talks about this kid. And I think he's got the higher upside of them all because, you know, you can see he's going to fill out in his frame. He can run, jump, defend 5 positions. I think that's super valuable at the next level.
Driving. Jared Stevenson, get out of here.
Folks, I love quick reacting bigs, and Jared Stevenson is beaten here, and he could have just given up on the play, but he uses that 6'10" length to be able to block that one out of bounds. Man, we've seen some impressive athletic plays here early from both teams.
It's like these guys are sitting in SeaWorld that are around the first couple of rows in here because you got basketballs that are flying at you. It's like the spray zone.
Yes. Basketballs, bodies, everything flying at the folks.
Man.
You've got, right now, North Carolina's got 3 guys on the floor that are at least 6'10".
Jump out of the gym, too.
Yes.
Mitchell trying to get space down low against High. Mitchell spinning. Got it.
For a guy that's 6'8", 270, he's got sweet feet.
Former hockey player, usually does that on skates.
Yeah, he played hockey until he was 13 years old.
Derek Dixon on the floor for the first time for North Carolina. Feeds Wilson from the elbow. Yep. That's a smooth jump shot as you'll see in the country. Kid's only 18.
What can't he do out there on the floor?
Marshall passes up the 3. Too strong from Daniel. Mitchell. Mitchell there.
That's a grown man offensive rebound and finish.
Powell driving, foul. He'll go to the line. North Carolina, St. Bonaventure, 9-point ball game in Fort Myers. Game 2 of our doubleheader Thanksgiving week. just the second ever meeting between these two programs. The last 1968, legendary Hall of Famer Bob Lanier, former St. Bonaventure player, #1 overall pick in the 1970 draft, two-time consensus All-American, school record holder for points and rebounds. Just an unbelievable career. And oh, by the way, boats for shoes. Size 22s.
Yes.
Fit both of my feet in one of his shoes, man. Unbelievable. Time for our instant replay, sponsored by the islands, beaches, and neighborhoods of Fort Myers. How about the Bonnie's big man tonight, Frank Mitchell, having a good night so far?
Yeah, we talked about him being down 50 pounds and being a lot more nimble and fleet of feet, and he's shown that here early tonight. Look at him grab that rebound out of his area and be able to finish it around the rim. He's off to a terrific start with 6 points in this game.
Adrian Wojnarowski, who is the St. Bonaventure general manager, as locked in as anybody has ever been with the NBA, with talking with people. I mean, he was holding court today. Carlos Boozer is here. He's now with the Utah Jazz. His son plays for Duke. I mean, everywhere Woj goes, someone's got to talk to him. He got 15 cell phones going, probably not as many as he had back when he was in his reporting days.
The contacts that he has here in the United States and abroad have really benefited the St. Bonaventure Bonnies, because as you can see, they have a global roster, and the selection that he's had from United States guys have been really good. Man, he's done an incredible job in such a short time.
Kicking violation, reset the play, shot clock over to 20. And this is a program under Mark Schmidt, 7 20-win seasons in his 19-year tenure, had 22 wins a year ago. Program that competes year in and year out in the A-10. Here's a three by Simmons, not to be that time, his first miss from distance.
North Carolina avoided a bullet there because it didn't take Simmons much time to get it off. He's got a quick trigger.
Driving and kicking now to Powell, resetting Wilson.
Nice job defensively there by Mitchell.
Tapped away. Yermakov off of his body. It'll stay with the Tar Heels. Ilya Yermakov, 6'6" from Russia, coming back from an ankle injury.
Yep.
It's his second game.
Gonna need his shooting.
$10:20 to go in this first half. Bessar had to go off his hands, wasn't ready for the pass.
He was not looking.
Put it on the deck. Nice play, Amari Marshall.
About the shot fake to raise the defender. That was nice.
It's an 8-point game. The Bonnies hanging with the Tar Heels. Seen a lot of upsets in college basketball. This one almost stripped away. It will stay with North Carolina. The Tar Heels so far, Wilson, Bessar, Bogovats, they've had a great start.
That's 21 of the 24 North Carolina points have come from the front line. They've been superb here early.
Six to shoot. Dixon got to initiate. Poked away. And Mitchell runs it down. Simmons lays it up and in.
How about the hustle from the 6'8", 270-pound Frank Mitchell to be able to come up with that possession for the Bonnies, and the awareness to pass it forward. Nice.
Wilson had it blocked. Boonaway doing a good job. That one was altered as well.
Yeah, Boonaway at 6'7", using his length to challenge those shots over the top. It's a good defensive possession by him.
Marshall drives, kicks into the corner. Extra pass. Yermakov. Here come the Bonnies.
All of a sudden, the Bonnies are starting to get into that paint.
A good contingent here in Fort Myers. Vassar, nice. Nimble at the cup.
How about changing that shot, which was clearly going to get blocked? The finesse to be able to kiss that off the glass on the opposite side. That was nice.
Simmons just outside the free throw line. Bangs another one home.
Folks, this kid can absolutely fill it up. And he's fearless at 5'11", which I think is generous.
Transfer from Gardner-Webb. First and double figures with 10. Getting around the corner. Stevenson lays it up and in.
Frank Mitchell never got square. When you're playing drop coverage, you got to get square in front of the basketball to push him back the other way. Didn't do it and was burned on that play.
Simmons hands it off. Mitchell, a brick. Yermakov comes away with the loose ball. 4-on-3. Yermakov into the corner. Simmons puts it down. Extra pass. 3-ball. Short.
Boy, that was some pretty ball movement right there.
So Bonaventure had the set that they wanted. Paint touch for Wilson. Fall away jumper. In and out. Bonaventure, 3. Got it. 2-point game.
Second made three-point shot on the year, but he was knocking it down and shoot around yesterday. How about the defensive pressure there by Buddy Simmons?
Crowd wanted to travel, wasn't called. Simmons, chance to tie or give the Bonnies the lead. Mitchell, tie game. Timeout, North Carolina.
Folks, St. Bonaventure have the, I know they're the Bonnies, but they have the heart of a tiger. Just when you thought they were going away, able to knock down a huge 3 as the defender went under. And how about the hustle plays out of transition? The biggest guy on your team, weight-wise, able to finish that one in transition. Bonnies not going away, back in it, got it tied. We got a good game here, folks.
We're gonna fight, right? We're gonna go ball side. Halfway all the way. All right? Same thing, right? With him, right? We're gonna let's go 5 men. 5 men. If 4 men's getting posted, we're gonna go with a 5-man.
Time for our coaching profile, sponsored by E-Trade from Morgan Stanley. See over 300 wins there from Mark Schmidt. St. Bonaventure, 2-time A-10 Coach of the Year, 3 times he's been to the NCAA tournament. What do you like in that huddle there, Fonz?
Well, what they're talking about is Caleb Wilson was hurting them early in the post, and what they've done lately is mixed up their coverage. They were sending a 1 off the same side early. Now he wants to double him with the 5-man. And Caleb was efficient early, but now he's 2 of 7 from the floor. He's got to read that double team and make that next pass, and they'll find wide open 3s on the weak side of the floor.
Tell you, Boonaway's done a really nice job on Wilson the last 4 minutes. Who Coach Schmidt was singling out in that last huddle was Daniel Boonaway, Tennessee Tech transfer.
Carolina's bigs got to get back to setting screens so that those guards can turn the corner and get down in the paint and force help. Chad is slipping out of it, and once you slip out of it, there's no room.
Bogavats fires away. Nassar using his size and rejection. Osasui with the block.
Nice pass.
Dump it down. Osasui for the lead. First Bonnie's lead since it was 3-2.
Early on, we saw superb passing from the Tar Heels. Lately, it's been the Bonnies. Nice screen.
Evans around the corner, ties it back up.
That's created by Zayden Hyde, number 1 in white. Sealed his guy, which allowed that open lane for him to attack. That was pretty.
Bench guys providing a little surge here for St. Bonaventure. Marshall trying the baseline. 5 to shoot, falling away. Desante Bowen, no good.
That's a really good late challenge there by Luka Bogovac, 44 and white.
And an offensive foul that goes against Zayden High.
Folks, watch as the basketball is reversing here. Desante Bowen doing a really nice job of finding along the baseline cutter and that extra pass, because you know Carolina's coming to try to block the shot. That is just beautiful ball movement here from the St. Bonaventure Bonnies.
Osasui heads to the bench, as well as Yermakov. Simmons back on the floor with Mitchell. Pay tough for Mitchell. Feeling high. Mitchell spinning, still spinning, right hand, tough play, taps it up. Vessar with the rebound. High, backing down, short.
Daniel Bunaway, number 3 in Brown, has made a huge impact on this game defensively for the Bonnies.
Bunaway, 3, in and out. Marshall had it tapped. Vessar with another rebound. That's his 7th. Inside, contested shot, no good. High's put back
Gives them terrific energy off the bench.
4 minutes to go in this first half. Mitchell isolated. Simmons didn't look good out of his hand. Offensive rebound on Marshall's there. Mitchell trying to battle. Vessar clears it.
The length of Vessar disturbed all of those shots around the rim on that play. 7-footer making his presence known.
Now he's on the other side of the paint. Dumps it off the high off his hands. Bonnie's basketball takes us to a timeout.
Carolina on the move on the break, and Zayden High putting himself in perfect position, shooting that one high off the glass. These teams are both going at it here. We've got a good one here, partner.
Coming up at the half, Tennessee taking on Houston in a rematch from the Elite Eight. 14th ranked St. John's looking to bounce back against Baylor. Plus, undefeated Iowa State rolls over Creighton. Casey Jacobson and I will have it all for you at the half. Right now, Jeff and Fonzo, back to you.
Appreciate you, Mike. Stars of the day around the country. We got to see one earlier. Jackson Kohler did not miss from the floor. 16 points and a big win against East Carolina. Marcus Burton, got to talk about a Notre Dame guy, right, Fonz?
Go Irish.
21 points. And Kansas knocking off Syracuse earlier today, 71-60. But how about a star tonight, Fonz? Already having a great night. Buddy Simmons from St. Bonaventure.
His real name is Darryl, but he wants us to call him Buddy, and he's been absolutely terrific on the afternoon, knocking down his 3-ball, getting in the lane, making plays. This is a guy that's so important to this team because the Bonnies haven't had this level of shot making in a long time, and he's been absolutely on point here in the first half.
Detroit native at a season-high 24 against Siena, coming off a game where he scored 16 against Robert Morris, and he is well on his way. 10 points already in the first 16.5 minutes.
Jeff, what I love about him is he's a big-time scorer, but he doesn't have to dominate the basketball. He plays off of it. He's good pick and rolls when he has it in his hands. Man, it's so much fun watching him play.
See how the final 3.5 minutes play out in this first half. St. Bonaventure giving North Carolina all that they can ask for. This has been a fun matchup down low. Mitchell and Vessar.
Mismatch here.
Mitchell pounding it down. Mitchell missed. Thought he got fouled. Extra possession after the steal. Bowen hands it off. No good. Out of bounds. North Carolina basketball.
Yeah, at times North Carolina's length on the interior has been problematic for the Bonnies, and it certainly was right there. Henry Vessar, man, he's causing all kind of havoc around the painted area.
Isolation poked away. Osasui. Evans driving, kicking to Wilson. And that's stolen away. Another turnover from the Tar Heels.
St. Bonaventure doing a great job of rotating down to take away that second pass.
Simmons looking for some space. Simmons, acrobatic, no good. Mitchell, offensive rebound is good. Back to a tie game.
Partner, that's exactly what you should do as a big when you see dribble penetration to the rim. Position yourself to opposite side and you can get some offensive rebounds.
Offensive foul on North Carolina. Another turnover. That's the 9th.
Folks, watch Frank Mitchell here. He knows that that basketball's coming off the opposite side, uses that wide frame to be able to create some separation to get that offensive rebound, and he's got such quick reaction and able to finish it with the left hand off the glass. He's got 10 points here in this game so far.
Simmons and Mitchell with 20 of the 32. St. Bonaventure's hanging on to the basketball. So it's 3 turnovers. Simmons with Wilson on it. Mismatch. Osasui foul.
I love the fact that the Bonnies were able to ID that mismatch inside. What's happening is North Carolina is switching all of that action, and several times throughout this first half, the bigs of the Bonnies are catching those smaller guards. That ball's got to go inside more quickly and allow those bigs to make a quick move to the basket. Good recognition there by the Bonnies.
Simmons to inbound with a 7-footer on him. That's fun. Now he's got him, puts him in the spin cycle, was looking for somebody to go to the rim. Nobody was there.
Jaron Stevenson came over to give some help.
3-ball Evans. Yes.
8 of it now, 9 of his 15 made field goals are threes. Mistake there by the Bonnies.
Net got tied up again. Great action here to Evans.
Yeah, in transition, you got to be able to identify where the elite three-point shooters are. The Bonnies ran back to the painted area, left Kyan Evans wide open, and he made him pay.
32% on the season for Evans. 1 out of 2 so far tonight. 3-point lead for the Tar Heels. A close game all half. Simmons. Got turned over. Bonaventure. Great defense. It's going to stay with North Carolina.
That is a phenomenal job by Amari Marshall. Using those guys are coming down like that full speed. It's hard with that Euro step to keep them in front. Able to use those quick hands to tie the basketball up. Man, you talking about getting back playing some good D. Amari Marshall doing a great job there. That's so hard to defend when you got a guy bum rushing you that way in transition. Nicely done.
Down low, tapped away again. Osasui playing some great defense tonight.
Yes, he is.
He's been checking Wilson here recently.
Got to make them pay for those switches.
Inside the final minute. Simmons speeds. 6 to shoot in the corner, trying to create space. Charles drives, finds Osasui, missed the bunny, and he's going to go to the line.
The interior passing by both teams has been exceptional here in this game. And watch the dribble penetration here by Caden Charles, and they do such a terrific job of replacing in the middle of the floor, and the quick reaction to get on the backboard to give himself a second opportunity here. Opportunity for 2 free throws.
First free throw attempts of the game for St. Bonaventure.
I've been impressed with how quickly Osasui gets off the floor. He has tremendous length and quickness.
Freshman from Italy, 6'9". Soft rim, got it.
You talked about that soft, folks. Jeff was talking about that soft rim in the first game, and you can just put it up there and it'll just die in. The one on the right side, not as forgiving. You got to put that one in the basket.
Yeah, this one on the south side, you tighten those bolts of the Allen wrench just a touch. That is a soft rim.
Yes.
Well, 2-point ball game. North Carolina They've got the lead. Well, Thanksgiving Day, Fox serve it up. A classic NFC North rivalry. Jordan Love and the Packers take on Jared Goff and the Lions. Coverage begins 11 a.m. Eastern Thanksgiving Day. After you get your turkey or stuffing, mashed potatoes, you can watch North Carolina and Michigan State battle on Fox as well. What's your favorite Thanksgiving dish or side, or what are you going to first, Fonz?
I'm a stuffing guy, and my wife makes this really good sweet potato casserole, so I like to get them side by side and have a little protein to bring a little balance to that thing. We're not big turkey people, so we'll do a little Cornish hen or sometime a standing rib roast, and so yeah, that's me, buddy.
Very nice.
How about you?
Apple pie.
Yeah?
Give me all the apple pie.
All American, huh?
I know. I know. Mashed potatoes and apple pie. That's all I care about.
I like it.
5 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Time winding down in this first half. Bonaventure has it.
Middle ball screen, usually out of a horns action for North Carolina. Look for Vessar, number 13 in white, to set a high ball screen.
Bogabot's peeking at that shot clock. Facilitates with 7. And he carried it. So after all that, a turnover.
Yeah, they looked to set a high ball screen to Caleb Wilson, who actually set a go screen, meaning he didn't set it, he just slipped out of it, and they were going to try to get him a 3 over the top, and he indecision there whether he was going to make the hook pass or keep it in his hand, and that indecision caused that turnover there.
11 first half turnovers for North Carolina. Now St. Bonaventure can play the final shot. Bowen gets downhill, lays it up, no good. And the horn sounds to end the first half. Just a 2-point North Carolina lead going to the locker room.
The athleticism and the fight and physicality in this first half have been impressive. Just when you thought North Carolina was going to pull away, the Bonnies show fight and get back in this thing. 2-point game going to halftime for Carolina.
35-33 your score at the half for Fort Myers. Send you out to Mike Hill, Casey Jacobson out in Los Angeles in just a moment. You're watching College Hoops on FS1. Welcome back to the Skechers Fort Myers tip-off. Your appetizer for Thanksgiving. A 2-point lead for the North Carolina Tar Heels as we start the second half in Fort Myers. Hi again, everybody. Welcome courtside with LaFonso Ellis, Jeff Levering with you. Thanks for being with us. Happy Thanksgiving week. And LaFonso, we got to talk about big guys, right? Big guy here. Let's talk some bigs. We've had some good ones.
And 2 transfers have made a huge impact on this game in the first half. Let's start with the Bonnies. Frank Mitchell, 6'8", 270 pounds, and dropping that 50 pounds. He's so much quicker, fleet of feet, able to move so much better. 10 points in that first half for the Bonnies. And on the other side, Henry Vessar has been magnificent. His ability to be able to stretch the defense, knock down a 3, and his movement without the basketball, superb. He has been terrific. 8 points, 8 rebounds in the first half.
Time for our first half stats, sponsored by Skechers. Experience comfort that performs on the court with Skechers basketball. 11 first half turnovers for North Carolina.
Yeah, and they've converted those into 10 points. And when you're in a tight ball game, you got to take care of the basketball. Come into this game, I thought it would be the Bonnies that needed to take care of the basketball. They've been great in that phase, but North Carolina, too many giveaways in the first half.
Ready to play, leading the way though. First, Buddy Simmons, Frank Mitchell each with 10. Wilson and Vessar 9 and 8 respectively. Themselves a great game.
Yeah, good balance there for the Bonnies, inside out, and it's been the front line in the first half for the Tar Heels.
Nice little give and go here. Vessar off the side of the backboard.
It's a really good challenge by Grahovic.
Not a lot of minutes for Grahovic in that first half. Wilson backing down on it, blocked by Grahovic. Vessar heads up with it, misses the dunk, but a foul on the way up.
Tell you what, it's big boy basketball down in the paint. You've got to go up strong I mean, the physicality on the interior. Watch Wilson here. Grahovic doing a really nice job of wedging him underneath the basket and blocking that shot. And Henry Vessar just using his length at 7 feet tall, able to come up with that offensive rebound. Opportunity for 2 free throws here.
7 out of 10 for the Tar Heels in that first half from the free throw line. Vessar now 2 out of 3.
Henry Vessar coming over from Arizona, 7 foot, 225 pound redshirt junior. Got a little bit of confusion on his name. Last year was Vessar, I've heard Vessar, and he looked at his SID this year and he said it's Vessar, so that's what we're going to stick with right now.
It could change next week. Marco Scutaro, Marco Scutaro. As long as you play well, and as long as you say what you want to be called, it's what matters. Nice touch by Mitchell.
Yeah, the little bump to freeze the defender and the drop step created that space to get that one off. That was pretty.
Dozen for Mitchell to lead all scorers. Skip pass across Stevenson. Wilson feels 2.
There's that double team.
3 ball. Closer in his face.
Caleb Wilson doing a much better job playing out of the double team there than he did in the first half.
Simmons thought about it and saw Vessar right in his face. Now Simmons for 3. On the other end, he bangs it home.
He's got a quick trigger. You cannot give him any space. 41% from 3 coming into this game.
Vessar, deep 3. From the logo, short. Wilson, an offensive rebound. Springy and 1.
That kid's got some kind of motor. Folks, he's only a freshman. Joe Grahovic is 6'10", 215 pounds, and he just moves him out of the way. Comes up with that offensive rebound. Opportunity for a 3-point play.
Bonaventure will check in for Grahovic. He did a nice job on Wilson in the first half.
Yeah, when they made that run to get back into the basketball game, it was he who was playing the power forward spot. Gave him great energy off the bench. Shot blocking, rebounding, knocked down the 3. He had a really good first half.
The only way that you would know that Caleb Wilson is a freshman in college is if you looked at his face. He's still kind of got that baby face, but everything about his game does not say he's 18 years old.
I couldn't agree more.
Going away, lost it. Bonnie's get it back. 10 to shoot. Sante Bowen. Fall away jumper. Short.
Caleb Wilson doing a great job of keeping him in front.
Stevenson from the wing. Checks it down to Wilson. Spin move. Wilson ran into a crowd and a foul. Late foul came in. It's like they'll get Caden Charles.
Yeah, if he had not come down swinging, I think they wouldn't have called that one, but yeah, that's a good call. Raked him across the face. It's a good call by the official. Had he not swung down with it, I think he still would have been able to block it.
So Wilson goes to the line. Only 2 free throw attempts in the first half for St. Bonaventure.
McDonald All-American, led his high school to his first state championship. Holly Phillips Episcopal in Atlanta. Considered a top 10 prospect coming out of high school. And man, I've been so impressed with the bag of tools that he has.
Top 10 seems low.
I agree. I agree.
2.
Yes.
Lead is swelled to 7. Two-man game with Mitchell. Soft touch, no good. Bonaventure into the hands of Charles. His jumper in and out. Tap in, no. Finally corralled by Stevenson.
Several opportunities missed there by the Bonnies. Love the fight, though.
4 offensive rebounds on that possession alone. Bogovats.
Bogovats been quieter in this game. Good pass.
Oh! There's Doug Vessar. He's got a dozen. Timeout, St. Bonaventure.
Luka Bonaventure doing a great job of using his vision to look off the defender and finds Henry Vessar wide open underneath. I was just saying he needs to impact this game, and he's doing it with his playmaking ability on this one. What a...
Thanksgiving Day on Fox, 2 Blue Bloods tip it off. Top 25 showdown. Tom Izzo's Michigan State Spartans take on freshman standout Caleb Wilson in North Carolina. All begins 4:30 Eastern on Fox. North Carolina leading by 9. Seen some great freshmen go toe-to-toe this year. Darren Peterson, who is out indefinitely with a hamstring issue, averaging 22 a game. Cam Boozer with 21. Cole Pete, of course, in Arizona with 16. But how about tonight's freshman, Fonz? Caleb Wilson.
Yes, heart, tenacity, will, and skill. This kid's got it all. Moves so well without the basketball. Mid-range game, pull up. Bully ball down in the post. I thought he played a little bit out of control late in that first half against the double team, but he settled down here in the second half using that length to get to the front of the rim and finish. I've been so impressed by how hard he plays both ends of the floor because he's a tenacious defender as well.
Coming into the game, he was shooting just 69% from the free throw line. He's 8 for 8 tonight.
Continues to grow by leaps and bounds every game I see him play.
Called Mitchell's name in the second half. How about Simmons from 3 again? Simmons has 16 to lead all scorers.
Miscommunication there between Bonaventure, number 44, and Evans, 0. You can't leave that guy wide open. He can drill it.
Quick trigger from Simmons. Wilson will shake and bake. 2-man game on that side of the floor. Wilson looking for space. Hands had a block and foul. Came in late. They'll get a boon away.
There was sick because Bonaventure thought he had made a good play on the basketball, and there was going to be a no call, and that one came in awfully late.
Wilson goes to the line. I don't think he's hit the rim yet on his foul shot.
It certainly doesn't seem like it. Kid's got a huge following amongst the Carolina faithful on campus as well. One day they were going to have a blue out. The AD said they were going to have one. And then all of a sudden he reached out and he said, no, let's go white. All the fans got behind it. They changed it and decided to go white.
He was cheering on the football team at halftime.
Yes.
Midfield. Kid's going to run for mayor next year.
Indeed.
Probably win, too.
Indeed. He'll take a pay cut, but he'll win.
10 to shoot for Bonnies. Mitchell had it knocked away. 6 on that shot clock. 16:02 remaining in the game.
That's one of the few times that the Bonnies didn't have good floor spacing, and it was nowhere for Frank Mitchell to go, and Bonaventure putting himself in perfect position to knock that one out of bounds.
Clean up underneath the basket. Gotta get it in. Can't put it away. Miscommunication with ball, and it's Simmons.
A lot of teams are starting to do that now, starting to put their tallest player on the guy that's inbounding the basketball, and that was very fruitful there for Carolina.
Just the 5th turnover of the ball game for St. Bonaventure, their first of the second half. Open look, Stevenson, the hand in his face, missed it. Bonnies on the ground, the Bonnies control.
It's really good rotation defensively by the Bonnies.
8-point lead for North Carolina. Simmons feeds. Bowling around the Mitchell screen. Bowling sucks into the defense, misses the jumper.
He usually makes that one.
Bonaventure for 3, short. Wilson tapped out of his hands. Simmons wants to push. He's got numbers.
Lob here.
Lob it up. Mitchell missed. Marshall comes away with a loose ball. Oh, that's a goaltend. Almost got it to the top of the box.
Right?
Just to confirm, here's your goaltend.
It comes out of nowhere. It still looked like it was on the way up, but I think that was a good call by the official. Bonaventure left wondering, what the heck? The Bonnie's closing the lead, down 6.
Hubert Davis scored over 1,600 points in his North Carolina career. The Tar Heels 1991 Final Four, 20th pick of the 1992 NBA draft by the New York Knicks. I know somebody else who was in that 1992 draft, Fonz.
Yeah, I had the privilege of being the 5th pick in that draft and playing against Hubert Davis every year we were in college, man. He could absolutely stick it from the perimeter like his late great uncle Walter Davis. Those two guys could fill it up, and Hubert Davis was a phenomenal player. But you hear it all the time, but it's so true about him. He was a spectacular player, but he's an even better human. I've enjoyed knowing him over the years.
Long-time assistant under Roy Williams, and then got the head job. He's in his 5th season at Chapel Hill. Took his team to the championship game in his first year. In the tournament 3 of his 4 seasons prior. He's got a really electric team this year, but they are getting their money's worth against St. Bonaventure, and it'll be a foul on North Carolina. Simmons went down.
He did. It looked like he took a shot.
Right shot to the face, it looked like.
Unintentional, but he did catch it.
Well, now I think the officials are going to go take a look at it at the monitors.
They're going to go take a look.
It's going to get upgraded.
Yeah, see if it gets upgraded to a flagrant 1. And anytime there's contact above the shoulders, even if it's unintentional, intent is not part of the equation there, but he certainly got caught in the face, and they'll take a look. I think it's a common foul, but wouldn't be surprised if they upgraded it.
I mean, look, there was some hand fighting too with Evans and Mari Marshall too before the contact.
Yeah. Looked like
Simmons even happened.
It looked like a corner and a wide receiver.
Hand fighting at the line of scrimmage.
Yes.
I think you're right, partner. I think this is just going to be a play on, in my opinion, but
I agree.
We'll see.
Yes.
Just about 5 minutes gone by in the second half, and
the rule was it first of all, for it to become a flagrant run, is it excessive?
Yep.
And I didn't think it was excessive.
Looks like the officials saw the video they needed to see. They'll talk about it. Roger Ayers, Ryan Sassano, Chase Shaw. Here's the call.
After review, the rating on the floor is confirmed. It's an offensive foul in North Carolina. St. Bonaventure will have a ball on the baseline with 20 on the shot clock.
So just a common foul.
Yep. Good officiating work. And what I love about it is they weren't over at the monitor for 20 minutes. Saw the video, made the call, keep the game moving.
20 seconds on the shot clock for St. Bonaventure. Ilya Yermakov to inbound. Vessar on him. And knocked down by Vessar. Yermakov comes away with a loose ball, though. That's why he put the big man on the inbounder.
Been really fruitful for North Carolina here throughout this game, especially on underneath out of bounds.
Free ball. Short. Mitchell couldn't corral Wilson with a good box out.
He's stronger than he looks.
Only going to get stronger, too. That being Caleb Wilson.
Nice foul.
Ogabats to Evans. Fills it up again. Evans has 3 threes.
That's so good. Driving along the baseline, drew 2 defenders, and because of his height, he's able to see over the top at 6'6" and find the open shooter. That's pretty offense.
Simmons into the corner. Yermakov in and out. Wilson with another board. Tar Heels on the move. Wilson. Come on. Good Stevenson. Wilson took about 3 steps from the three-point line.
Look that way.
It's like Giannis going down the lane.
That's a great call.
Simmons had it blocked. North Carolina up 11, matches their largest lead of the game.
A danger time right now for the Bonnies.
Bogavats hangs, can't hit. Uri McCobb in the 3-on-1. Marshall. No whistle. Now a whistle, and it's going to go against the Bonnies.
Back and forth, back and forth. That basketball's coming right at you on the push. Amari Marshall thought he had an opportunity there to go one-on-one, but that's a good defensive possession there by North Carolina, and a good call by the baseline official.
Bonnies have gone cold here in the second half. 1 for their last 7 from the floor. Osasui checks in. He had a nice energy boost in that first half.
Yes. His length and athleticism were factors in the first half. We're going to need him here for these next few minutes.
Evans getting around Vessar's screen. Evans to Vessar. And he'll go to the line. Foul on Osasui.
North Carolina's guards do an amazing job of getting down into the painted area and almost look like an old Villanova style. They come to a 2-foot jump stop, they pivot well, and if the big kind of comes to help, they're willing to make that drop pass underneath, and that's exactly what got Vessar to the line.
That's the first one through. 4 for 5 from the stripe so far. Saw the foul trouble there for Mitchell. He's got 3. Evans is on the floor with his 3 fouls. Double-double again for Vessar.
He's been so good. You talk about a team that was woefully undersized last year, at times with Vin Allen Lubin playing the center spot. So to be able to get Vessar in the portal was a huge get for the Tar Heels.
Evans tried to poke it away from the backside, and they're going to get a whistle, and Hubert Davis almost threw his glasses over to Tampa.
There'll be a sub coming on that one. Because the one thing Hubert Davis has been talking about, he wanted his guys to be physically tough and make good decisions. That's a poor decision by Evans out on the floor, and that's his 4th.
That's a big deal. Now you got a freshman, Derek Dixon, who's going to run the point. See if St. Bonaventure can take advantage of it. Simmons on the floor with a boon away.
Got to get Simmons in space.
Tapped away, tapped again. Wilson corrals it.
The length of North Carolina a factor right now.
Dixon going to go to the line. Turning the turnover into an opportunity to go to the line for Derek Dixon. Remember, Carolina is still without Seth Trimble. He's missing his 4th consecutive ball game. Broke a bone in his forearm in a weightlifting accident. Expecting him maybe the latter stages of December. Quality minutes for some of the guys that are further down in that depth chart right now.
And what that'll do is once he's back, now all of a sudden you get some depth to your bench, because if there's one question with this North Carolina Tar Heel team, they don't get a ton of production from their bench. Even tonight, they only have 4 points coming from their bench. And so those guys having an opportunity to be able to get some quality minutes will help that going forward once Trimble's back.
Largest lead of the game of 15 points for North Carolina. Got to get some offense going if you're St. Bonaventure.
Got to get Frank Mitchell going inside.
Boonaway had it poked away. Still plenty of time. Mitchell getting Zayton high on him. 6 to shoot. Bowen inside. Nice. Little finger roll action off the window. High spinning in. Mitchell on the floor with 3 fouls. Got to be careful.
Yes.
High sets the screen. Wilson will fight and shoot. Fall-away jumper. A rare miss for Wilson.
That's a win for the Bonnies when they can get him fading away from 12 feet out.
And it's going to be a foul. That's going to be on Jonathan Powell.
Desante Bowen played an hour early, transferring over, and his ability to get in the lane, and he's a fantastic finisher. He's got all the pivots and the moves inside. Bonnies needed a bucket, and he got them a big one, and he's facing the crowd. Bonnies down 13 to the Tar Heels.
Next 5 minutes, all right, next TV timeout, we've got to cut this thing to 6. Understand? Increments, all right? And how are we going to do that? Getting stop. Everybody got that?
Yeah, when you're down that way and this late in the game, you've got to be able to get multiple stops and put some points on the board to start to put some pressure on North Carolina. And that's exactly what Coach Mark Schmidt is talking about in the huddle.
St. Bonaventure has the basketball. Don't try and get 13 in a row. There are no 13-point shots. This isn't rock and jock basketball, right? There's not going to be a 25-point bucket that's going to come down from the roof.
Yes. Frank Mitchell, 0-0, has been awfully quiet here in the second half. He and number 8, Buddy Simmons, are going to have to carry them offensively.
Simmons looking for space. He's got it. Knocks down the shot. It's a long 2.
I love it. Came off of that little curl screen. His defender got hung up, and that created that airspace for him to get that one off.
Bogavant's fouled by Desante Bowen. Here's Simmons finding space.
Folks, watch as Buddy Simmons is here, and he's coming off that little screen inside, and he gets his defensive player trailing, and that's a really nice screen there by Daniel Bunaway, and he's able to create just enough space for him to get that jump shot off. I love the fact that they're allowing him to play off of the ball and bringing it to him, because when he has the ball in his hands, he's making him play in the crowd, and he's not as effective. The length of North Carolina neutralizes him.
It's a big deal. North Carolina's in the bonus, so free throws the rest of the way for the Tar Heels. They've done a lot of work at the free throw stripe, too. 19 out of 22 as a team. Bogavant's perfect on that trip. Brunelli got his man in the air, skipping around the corner. Simmons resets. Bunaway, 3. Side ball, good.
The ball and body movement for the Bonnies, exceptional on that possession.
Lead is down to 10. Bogavant's got a block by Mitchell. Good defensive play with 3 fouls on him.
He couldn't have made that defensive play last year.
Bunaway.
Feel it. Not quite.
That was a heat check.
Yes.
Bunaway still down on the other side of the floor, and it's poked away by Desante Bowen.
I think he'll be coming out.
This was the one he made.
Yes. Anytime you can get a guy driving into the wing area, if you replace at the top, it forces the defensive player to have to help, and you can get a wide open look. Bonaventure running really good offense on that possession.
Bunaway heads back to the bench. Caden Charles checks back in. Dixon for 3. Here's a shot off the bench. He's on the floor because Evans has 4 fouls.
Coming into this game, all 7 of his made field goals were from 3. He's got a quick trigger too.
Mitchell lost it. Up ahead. Dixon running the floor. Mitchell. Oh! Look at the big man. He wanted a foul. Didn't get it. I don't know how he got that ball out of his hand.
Well, we said the big fella need to get involved in this game. He was able to take it up on himself to take coast to coast there.
Vassar got his man in the air. No whistle. two-man game with Mitchell and Simmons. Here's Mitchell. Bowen trying to get some space. Bowen into the teeth of the defense. Mitchell ends up on the floor, and he's out of bounds. Turnover number 8. This was a good play from Mitchell last time.
Yeah, Mitchell hasn't had very many touches in this game, so he takes it upon himself to just barrel down the lane. And how about at 6'8", 270, the little English on that to get that one to roll in. That was impressive. I love the fight, the toughness, and the hustle of that big man, 0-0.
And a good night tonight. Mitchell's got 14.
The question is not that they can't get buckets. The question is, can they get more stops on the defensive end? Carolina's got to continue to put pressure on them getting into the painted area.
This is Suey challenged it. Vessar tipped it in. And a foul. We'll get Dixon there. St. Bonaventure got it to within 10, and then North Carolina swelled the lead back up to where it is right now at the 17.
A couple turnovers allowed North Carolina to get out in transition, and the Bonnies not able to protect their defensive backboard. Got to get more screening. The perimeter guys aren't able to create any separation to get any decent looks.
Mismatch now. Wilson on Simmons. Now even bigger mismatch. Nice shake and bake. Floater. No good. Vessar taps it. Dixon battling. It's off of Dixon. And it will be St. Bonaventure basketball, the fresh 20.
That's the impact that Vessar makes out there on the floor. You tend to count how many block shots that he creates, but it's more the shots that he alters, and I bet he's had at least 7 to 8 altered shots on the night. He's been impressive.
Just the threat changes shots, changes your decision making. 6 to shoot. Bowen falls away. And a foul. Are they going to get the foul on? 2 bodies are on the ground. It's going to stay here. It's going to go against North Carolina. Take a timeout here. Fort Myers. Tar Heels up on the Bonnies, 69-52. Welcome back to the Skechers Fort Myers tip-off. Game number 2 of his doubleheader, 69-52. North Carolina leading St. Bonaventure. Fonz came on the air talking about our players to watch, and they have showed up today.
They really have, and they're going to need much more from Frank Mitchell here in the second half. They want to try to get back in this game, and Caleb Wilson has been superb. He hasn't shot it well from the floor, but his ability to get to the foul line and knock down free throws has been impactful. 10 of 10 from the foul line tonight.
As a team, 20 out of 23 for North Carolina. They've really cleaned up the turnovers. They had 11 turnovers in the first half, Fonz, just 1 in the second half.
Yeah, and late clock situations defensively, they're switching off their 5 and 4s on the smaller guards of St. Bonaventure, and they're doing a terrific job of keeping them from getting in the painted area.
This was a 2-point game at the half. Bowen's got to get rid of it. Almost had it knocked away by Vessar again. This is Suey on the floor. Charles will stop and go. Knocked away. Vessar got his hand on it. That's that length.
Yes. And Caleb Wilson took a shot in the nose. He may be bleeding.
Yeah, he is indeed. Officials stop the game so that he can get some attention. Coagulate whatever's going on in there.
Yes. Pinch that one and hold his head back. Otherwise, it'll start flowing. Ask me how I know.
How do you know, Fonz?
Well, he's got a smaller nose than I do. So he may be able to hold it back that way. It'd be Niagara Falls over here.
Caleb Wilson will get some attention.
So that's the way you slow that freshman down. Hit him in the nose, because you can't guard him.
Slow anybody down. Down low, Stevenson.
Yes.
Derek Dixon's done a great job running the point after Evans picked up his fourth foul. Dixon's done a fantastic job off the bench.
Knocking down shots, and that was a really nice bounce pass inside.
Bowen following Osasui, he'll go to the line.
Derek Dixon at 6'5", using that speed to get down in the lane, and the bigs from Carolina do a really nice job of making themselves big to become receivers underneath the basket. And the bounce passes from the guards of the Tar Heels, even the big-to-big bounce passes have been remarkable tonight for the Tar Heels.
Just the third foul shot of the game for St. Bonaventure. They had 2 in the first half, none so far in the second half until that one from Bowen. Mitchell will check back in for Osasui. One out of 2 for Bowen. Akile Lonati comes in for the first time for St. Bonaventure. Freshman from Italy. A couple of players from Italy on this roster. Sasui the other. Vassar just inside the foul line, using that soft rim to his advantage.
He and Caleb Wilson do a nice job of presenting themselves at the foul line area where there's some short roll or a flash. That time was short roll, and they make really good decisions there.
Charles leans in for 2.
He's good off the bounce.
Somewhat quiet. That's his first bucket of the game.
Can't trade buckets here if you're the Bonnies. You've got to get stops.
Vassar, Mitchell on him. 3 fouls for Mitchell. Vassar spins baseline.
That's pretty. At 7 feet tall, that jump hook, you have no shot at challenging it.
That's a good-looking shot, too. Whoop, Simmons looked like he released that thing from his knees.
That kid can get buckets, can he? He's so good in space.
Vassar with 22, matching his career high. Inside, he's got 22 still. He's missed the shot. He had the advantage.
It's a really nice pass by Luka Vogelvox.
And a foul on the drive.
Folks, this is just pretty. 7 feet tall, backs him down, goes over his left shoulder. And watch the extension on this hook shot. That is pretty.
Not a lot of margin for error either from the baseline.
That's right. I thought Mitchell did a nice job of trying to pin him behind the backboard to make that shot a little more difficult, but he's got such a sweet touch.
Free throws for both teams moving forward. 5:31 to play in this game. See if St. Bonaventure has one more run left in them.
Caden Charles, 6'3", 185 pounds, senior, Division II North Georgia. Shot 37% from 3, 15 points a game. He's a really strong, physical attacking guard. We need him to score here down the stretch.
And a timeout called by Hubert Davis. All right, Henry Vassar matching his career high with 22. He's got a double-double tonight, Fonz.
It's been really good. Active on the defensive end, offensively, moving to the proper areas and just using his length. He's shown us the ability to be able to stretch it from 3, soft touch inside, a little hook over the left shoulder. He's been really impactful in this game. I looked it up. He didn't have a single shot block, and I swear he's altered like 8 to 9 shots in this game. They should start to track that as well, because he's been special on that end of the floor also.
Just looking at the same exact thing there, Fonz. Came on the air talking about your keys to the game today, Fonz, as well. Hold on to the ball. Just 9 turnovers. Not a bad job by St. Bonaventure. A little different in the second half, and trying to clean up the defensive boards for North Carolina. They have done that and then some.
Yeah, they have. You're talking about a St. Bonaventure team that's extraordinary on the offensive glass. They get 44% of its misses. That's 8th in all of college basketball. But the size and length of North Carolina has really neutralized them in this phase of the game.
North Carolina used the timeout. They got 2 left. St. Bonaventure 2 left as well. North Carolina is sitting at 5-0. It's the craziest stat that I heard. The last time that they were 6-0 was in the 16-17 season.
No.
Yes.
Wow.
It's been almost a decade since they have been 6-0 to start a season. So Hubert Davis is trying to pull off here at the Tar Heels.
Yeah, Hubert, I talked to Hubert just saying this team looks a little different than last year. He just started to laugh. He was like, Fonz, we were a mini team last year with middle guards at times tonight, especially when he has Derek Dixon running the point guard spot. They're minimally 6'5" out there with the tallest guy in Vessar at 7 feet tall. He's added a lot of size and positional size and length. And that positional size and length have been a factor tonight.
Well, Evans back on the floor with those 4 fouls nearing the 5-minute mark in the second half. Evans and Dixon on the floor at the same time. Bogobats had it poked away. Stevenson with 5 to shoot. Now Bogobats got to go with it. Off the front of the iron, Mitchell pulls in the board.
Nice challenge there by Lonati, 20 and Brown.
Mitchell ran into Stevenson, and the baby hook rolls off the rim.
We talked about that rim. It's not as forgiving as the one to our left.
That one's firm, north side firm,
yes. South
side soft. Poked away from the backside, it's made out of bounds, staying with North Carolina.
Hubert Davis is upset. Kyan Evans, number 0 in white. Say, dude, you got to stay alert. We're yelling at you that the guy's coming behind. North Carolina fortunate to hold on to that possession.
Whole staff was screaming. Watch your 6. That's our nice pass inside. Kick it back out. Wilson's back on the floor for North Carolina. Stevenson can't hit the 3 from the corner.
That's what I love about Caleb Wilson. He could have taken that shot, but decided to make the extra pass.
Oh, Mitchell got it up and in quickly before Stevenson could block it.
He does an exceptional job of running the floor for a guy that size.
16 for Mitchell. Season high is 20 against Canisius. Get a foul. Charles picks up the foul. Look how quick Mitchell gets this one up against the rim.
Folks, this is 6'8", 270 coming into your family room. That dude, man. I'm just so proud of the way that he's taken that next step. He said, I've lost 50 pounds. I've been doing it with dieting and exercise, watching what I'm eating, and it's really paid huge dividends. He's so much quicker and more explosive than he was when I saw him at Minnesota.
He would occupy a lot of space in the paint, that's for sure, but he was not even close to as nimble as he is now.
Yes. See a little striation in those triceps over there. He's done a nice job.
What was that word you just said?
Striation.
Striation?
Striation.
What's that? Muscle?
It's rips in the muscle.
Oh, all right. I guess I got to go to Notre Dame to figure about striation. I just say they're cut.
I'm always trying to impress you, Jeff. Got space.
Simmons utilizes the space. 22 for Simmons.
Tell you what, this St. Bonaventure team is going to be a handful in a wide open A-10 this year.
They're going to get better with experience like this. Bogobats, finger roll. That was like Vlade.
Yeah. I can see it. I can see it. Said Vlade was like 7'2".
I know. I just the finger roll.
I got you.
Mitchell going to work. Vashar clear-aided space. Gets 2 more. 18 for Mitchell.
He is a Brummel bull down in the post.
Not going to be a lot of A-10 bodies here going to be sticking with that.
Right?
Poked away by Charles. Vashar runs it down. Got a timeout. Looks like we got blood on the floor, so we'll clean that up. And we'll take a timeout in Fort Myers, North Carolina. 2:42 away from getting to 6-0, the first time in 9 years.
Second game of the FS1 doubleheader on the way. Tucker DeVries, the coach's son, Hoosiers leading scorer, dropped 25 last time out. Getting set to go against the explosive offense of K-State and the nation's leading scorer in P.J. Haggerty. That's next on FS1. Jeff and Fonz, we'll see you then.
Appreciate you, fellas. Happy early Thanksgiving to you and your families.
Yes.
This is a great matchup coming up next.
It really is. P.J. Haggerty, one of the best scoring guards in the country, transferred in from Memphis, and he can just get buckets. 3-ball mid-game, can get to the rack. And Tucker DeVries, man, transferred from West Virginia, started at Drake. He's playing the 4 spot for Indiana. Now puts so much pressure on your defense because of the space that Indiana plays with. And if you leave him open, he can drill it. He can really shoot the 3.
Time for a play of the game, sponsored by Old Trapper. What's your beef? North Carolina doing a little bit of everything tonight. It's been the Henry Bessar show mostly.
Yeah, Luka Bonaventure using deception with his eyes, like a quarterback looks away and throws that one right down the seams. Henry Bessar having himself a night. 22 points, 13 rebounds in this game.
22 matching the career high. Caleb Wilson still playing. He's got some stuffing in his left nostril. Here's a 3, no good. Downhill. Suey is fouled. He'll go to the line. North Carolina, they've got a date with Michigan State coming up in a couple of days. That game will be on Fox on Thanksgiving. And then they head to Kentucky, Georgetown, a couple of non-conference games, and then ACC play begins against Florida State on the 30th.
Yeah, that Michigan State game is going to be so much fun tomorrow. You talk about 2 teams that love to get up and down. Physicality is going to, Thursday, forgive me. You talk about a team in Michigan State that loves to rush that basketball, plays terrific physical defense, and so the team that wins the rebound battle is going to win that game.
We saw Michigan State just running up and down the floor today. They were fun to watch. Jackson Kohler had a good day. Good pressure from the Bonnies, but North Carolina escapes. Olgavat's feet. Exclamation point for a new career high for Bessar.
Well, I love the way he makes himself available off of the basketball. Just steps into open spaces, and there's no indecision for him. He is looking to dunk it over the top.
Boonaway puts it on the deck, kicks it out. Yermakov from the elbow, no good. Wilson skies for the rebound. Wilson has a double-double. 20 points, 12 boards for the freshman.
Hubert wanted to go recruit size. He's got 5 guys that are 6'10" or more. And that length has been on full display here on both ends of the floor tonight.
Evans inside the Bonnies defense. Now numbers for St. Bonaventure.
He can make that.
And a rebound by Bessar. It's a good way to get a new career high, Fonz.
It really is. Look at him space away from the basketball. And again, no indecision there. He's looking to punch it over the top. And at 7 feet tall, uses that long frame, and he just kills that one. 24 points in this game. He's been spectacular tonight.
Every camera angle available. Let's take another look.
Yes, sir.
Slow it down. Love it.
May have gotten fouled on that one as well. Should have been an N1.
Let's not get greedy, Fonz.
Just trying to look out for my guys.
Subs coming in for North Carolina. Isaiah Dennis on the floor for the first time. As well as Jaden Young. 1:15 to go. Bessar 0 for 2 on that trip. That's the only thing he's done wrong tonight.
Agreed.
This is Suey. Boonaway looking for space. Charles had it altered, but he makes a shot over the top of Bessar.
Good patience in the paint.
Under a minute to go in Fort Myers. And we're going to get a sub in here. James Brown will check in. Here's St. Bonaventure's upcoming schedule. Date with East Carolina coming up on Thanksgiving. A date with Florida Atlantic the end of November as well.
Colgate's always tough because their ability to be able to spread you out and knock down threes.
And Buffalo, too. That's always a spirited matchup. Buffalo and St. Bonaventure.
Yes.
Great rivals. There's a three. And it's good. Isaiah Dennis.
Good shooting. Now 3 of his 5 made field goals are threes.
Boonaway lays it up and in. Final score is not going to be indicative of how close this ball game was for the majority of the night.
The fight and the toughness from St. Bonaventure, impressive. And they're going to be tough to deal with in their conference. Darryl Simmons, Buddy Simmons and Frank Mitchell, going to be a tough duo to deal with.
85-70 is going to be your final score. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family, Fonz.
Likewise, brother. I appreciate you.
Fun day of hoops here at Fort Myers. Michigan State with a big win earlier. North Carolina with a win today. Their matchup on Thanksgiving. For LaFonso Ellis and our entire crew, I'm Jeff Levering saying so long. Sending out to Mike Hill in L.A.
Mike Hill, Casey Jacobson getting you ready for it inside our L.A. studios. North Carolina goes to 6-0 for the first time in 8 seasons, believe it or not. Yeah, wow. First time in 8 seasons for them. They get the job done. They were only led by 2 points at the half, but they took control in the second half, and as usual, Caleb Wilson and Henry Vessar leading the way.
Yeah, this is a team that is built from the inside out, Mike. I think every team early on, especially, they're searching for an identity. Mike, like as a host, your identity, you're handsome and you're charismatic.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Tell my girlfriend.
North Carolina basketball, they want to be an inside-out team. That's their identity. The last couple of years, they've relied too much on R.J. Davis, other guys, Caleb Love before that. This year, they are relying on 2 total studs. One's a young puppy. He's a freshman. Caleb Wilson did not have an efficient shooting game tonight, but what I love is his aggressiveness. He is always on the prowl. He's like a shark, just looking for fish to gobble up. And he forced it a couple of times, but I'm okay with that. Watch how hard he plays. He earns all the touches he gets. And then his running mate is a guy that doesn't really play like Caleb Wilson. He complements him in Henry Vessar. Vessar is he hit a 3 tonight. He was 1 for 2 from 3. But what he is a screen and roller. He's a great offensive rebounder. 24 points and 13 boards for him. Awesome. And they out-rebounded the Bonnies, especially in the second half when it was a game. They blew it out. What you and I are both kind of wondering about North Carolina, how they take that next step. Who's the next guy? Right. Talking about that. Luka Bogavats. It's a fun name to pronounce. He's a freshman. I think, with Seth Trimble out with that arm injury for at least a couple more weeks, they're going to look to Bogavats to be a guy who can step up and score and assist. He can do both, but he's still just a freshman.
Yeah, 1 of 4 in double figures for the North Carolina Tar Heels, led by Vessar, who had a career-high 24. As you mentioned, the aggressiveness of Wilson getting to the line 10 times and making all 10 of his free throws. Meanwhile, the competition gets a bit tougher for the Tar Heels at the Fort Myers Invitation as they battle 11th-ranked Michigan State. That's Thursday at 4:30 Eastern over on Fox.